Hey everyone, I'm Joe Ferzoco.
And I'm Chris Ferzoco. In today's video, we're going to be covering market statistics of October versus September in 2023, Joe.
Yep.
And naturally, what we're going to be covering today is going to be the number of properties that came on the market, number of properties that have actually sold. We're going to go list price to sale price ratios, and we're going to naturally be covering what the property values are currently selling for, meaning what is the sale value of the homes now on average in the given towns that we cover.
Okay, fantastic. And you know, if this is your first time to the channel and you want the most up-to-date market information here at the Jersey Shore, not that Jersey Shore, pretty much everywhere, Ocean City, Sea Isle, Strathmere, Stone Harbor, Avalon, North Wildwood, Wildwood Crest, West Wildwood, Diamond Beach, Cape May, North Cape May, Cape May Courthouse, of course, Upper Township, Summers Point. We cover all of those areas down here at that Jersey Shore. Please make sure you subscribe below, tap that bell for instant notifications, and please hit the like button. You'll be get the most up-to-date market information instantaneously, and hopefully that'll help you in your sales process. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, you know, Chris, this week, next month, 6 months from now, a year from now, please reach out. Give us a call, shoot us a text or an email, and it'll be our pleasure to help you with all of your real estate needs down here at this Jersey Shore. All right, Chris, we're going to talk about October and September, so why don't you get us started with some of the towns that we cover.
Joe, I'm actually going to start right up north. We're going to go right into Ocean City, and the average sale price right now for Ocean City, Joe, actually stayed very consistent. It's been holding right at 1.24 million. And folks, to be clear, when we're going through this video today, we're talking about all property here, right? So it's the average of, you have your condos, your single families, from your beachfront properties all the way down to your studio size units. So it's all properties, vacant lots, etc. as well. So when you're looking at that, the average sale price right now in Ocean City, 1.24 million, which is actually what it was also in September. So virtually no change there, which is a good sign. That's good to see the numbers are holding steady as the shooting of this video getting into the fall market. As for the number of properties that actually came on the market, once again, the exact same number, 136 property, came on the market in Ocean City both months. So no changes there.
Cool.
Where we did see the slight change in Ocean City was we actually had a pretty significant drop. In fact, it was about 31%. We went from 73 properties selling in September all the way down to 50 in October. So it was definitely a slower month for the number of properties that actually closed or sold there in October. As for list price versus sale price, actually increased. It actually jumped up 1 whole percentage point, went up from 95% up to 96% in the month of October there, 1 whole percent in the month. So, you know, so numbers are basically holding fairly steady there in Ocean City through October over September. Again, the only major change there was what is actually closed in the number of properties that way. All right. Moving down slightly into Sea Isle City. These numbers here are pretty telling for this area. We actually had a significant increase in sale overall value, 1.5 in September to 1.9 in October. So we had virtually a 22% jump in value there in Sea Isle. As to the number of properties that actually came on the market, again, just like Ocean City, same number, 21 properties came on in September, 21 came on in October. Now, what had sold? We actually had a 53% drop in the number of properties that sold. It went from 15 down to 7. So a real slow month there in Sea Isle. Not a lot of homes selling that month, or closing, I should say, in Sea Isle. As for your overall list price versus sale price, we went from 98% sale price versus list price in September down to 94.5%. Now, Joe, you always like to point out the fact, though, folks, listen, it did drop 4 percentage points, but your also sales price actually had increased by 22.5%. So you had, you're starting from a much higher number there when it comes to the sale price versus list price there. So that's what's going on in Sea Isle, kind of a little bit, I don't want to say all over the place, but just a little bit of a, it's kind of up and down there in Sea Isle City right now.
And I will say, Chris, as we move further down the coast, there is that up and down. Some months, it's like, I'm going to turn around, we're going to talk about the Wildwoods, and we're going to take a look at North Wildwood starting there. Well, that was actually down 8% from September. When you look at your average sale price for the month of October was $548,000. Well, that's a drop, 8%. When we looked at it last month, September versus August, there was an increase. So everything right now is sort of that up and down. There's a little bit of an influx depending on what types of properties are selling as well. Do you get a slew of like new constructions that are just,
Right.
you know, these big numbers, and then all of a sudden the next month you get a couple of 3-bedroom, you know, condos built in 2004, and all of a sudden it's like this big drop in numbers.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
but average sale price in North Wildwood was $548,000 for the month of October. As far as the number of properties is for sale, kind of similar to what you were seeing in Ocean City and Seattle. We had 30 come on the market in October, 32 in September, so no real change there.
Yeah.
The number of properties that closed in the month of October, we had 12 total properties sell as opposed to 20 in September. Your list price to sale price was 100% in September. We dropped to 98% in the month of October. Now, to Chris's point, the other thing we did see as well is our list price to sale price was 98% in October, and your average sale price, your list price, was about $45,000 less as well. So there was a little bit of a change there, unlike where CI, where you had a $400,000 jump as far as what your list price was, and yeah, the ratio was there. That's why I would also saw a drop in their list price to sale prices as well. So just something to keep an eye on there. Let's go into Wildwood, and Wildwood had an 18% increase in their average sale price. Average sale price for October was $548,000.
Wow.
Almost the same exact sale price as North Wildwood in October for Wildwood. As far as properties listed for sale, we had 25 come on the market. In October, that was down slightly, about 2% from September. As far as properties that sold, we had 25 properties sell. So 1-to-1 there. 25 came on, 25 sold. Your list price to sale price in October was 102%. Your average list price was $548, and your average sale price was, your average list price was $541. Your average sale price was $548. So you had 102%, and ironically enough, in October, and then in September, your average list price to sale price ratio was 101%. So back-to-back months, September and October, in Wildwood, your average sale price was higher than the list price. So something to keep an eye on there. Wildwood Crest, we had a 29% increase in your sale price. $758,000 was the average sale price in the month of October. 24 properties came on the market, 12 sold. So there's a little bit 2-to-1 ratio there. Your average list price to sale price was 96%, with your average sale price again being $758,000. Your average list price was $788. And then we look at September, that was 94%, and it was also $200,000 less, $565. So real big difference there. Like when we were looking at North Wildwood, it was a $30,000 difference. When you look in the Crest, it was actually a plus $200,000. So kind of nifty what's going on there. You go into Cape May, your average sale price was just under $1.1 million in October as opposed to $1.28 in September. Almost identical properties coming on the market. We had 11 total properties come on the market in Cape May in October as opposed to 9 in September. And then as far as properties that actually sold, almost identical, 6 and 8. Respectively for the months there. And then your average sale price for the month of September, for October, was actually 101%, your list price to sale price. But again, we kind of get into that like you had in Sea Isle. Your average list price was just under 1.1 million with $1 million, and then you look at your average sale price in September was 1.298. So it's like a $200,000 difference there. Sure. You had a better starting point in September, which was only 98% list price to sale price, but in October was 101, but we started $200,000 less there. Not much going on in Sea Point Village and Diamond Beach. Your average sale price was $754,000, which dropped about 8%. We only had 2 properties come on the market in October. We did have 8 sell in Lower Township and in Diamond Beach, Sea Point Village area. So that was a little telling there. I had a lot of properties that did close in October. List price to sale price was almost identical in October, was right around 100%.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of busy down that way.
Yeah.
It's kind of seeing numbers all over the place.
Yeah.
And, Joe, I think what's really interesting, and I was kind of thinking about it when you were talking there, that what I have noticed though in a lot of the towns is that the actual number that's available for sale is just not changing. We talk about these numbers every month, and we're talking about what's come on and what's sold, et cetera. When you take a town like Ocean City, for example, like when we shot our video last month, and there was like 272 property for sale and all of Ocean City. And like right now at the shooting of this, there's 208.
Right.
So we're just not seeing the major fluctuations or the major changes in the inventory levels, folks. So, you know, when we're shooting these videos, it's just all these numbers are just boiling down to that we're just still not seeing an increase in overall inventory levels through the town, right?
Sure thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's whether it's
That's safe to say.
primary or secondary.
Yeah. Well, you go and you can watch every monthly video, and it's always that 11 sold, 6 came on the market, or 6 came on the market, 11 sold. Like there's never that, you know, hey, we had 8 sell and 100 came on the market. Like you're just not seeing that at all. I mean, and you can really, if you stop back in January and you come to October for the videos that you and I did for the market, you could probably count literally, you know, easy peasy as far as how many properties actually were listed for sale, which is, well, that's why we have an inventory shortage.
That's right, and we still do, and will for a while. So when you go into the primary home market here, like looking at Upper Township, right? So we actually had a significant sale value or sale price increase there. We actually started at $435,000 in September and did jump all the way up to $657,000 in the month of October. So significant growth there. Yeah, about a 51% growth in Upper Township there. Yep. For the number of properties that actually came on the market, we actually had an increase. We only had 13 in September. 19 homes came on the market in the month of October, which is great for Upper Township because it's allowing the buyers to have variety.
Sure.
As we start to head into these winter months here, people want to make moves by Christmas, etc. There's going to be a lot of opportunity out there for those potential buyers.
Sure.
As for the number of properties that sold, we actually had a decrease there. We went from 11 in September down to 7. So we had that many selling, down about 36%.
Okay.
As for the list price to sale price, we actually had an increase there. We jumped up to 94.5%. Sale price versus list price, so a nice increase there in the sale price there for sellers as well. So Upper Township actually seeing a lot of increases there, values continuing to get on to increase there. Much like we're going to talk about here in Summers Point, where in September we actually had $466,000 on your average sale price. And actually in October, it jumped up to $502,000. So Summers Point, man, really creeping up. I mean, I remember doing videos. It was 280, 3.25. So really Summers Point making some great strides here in their overall value. That's about just a little over 7.5% increase month over month. As for the number of properties that came on the market, we actually had, again, a significant increase. We went from 19 in September to 26 in the month of October. So interesting, that's a 39% increase there, Joe. And what's interesting, the two primary home markets had significant increases in the number of homes that came on the market in the month of October.
Okay.
As for what sold, actually the exact same amount, 13 sold in September, 13 sold in October. But the good news is, again, even with 13 selling, we still had a surplus both months, in the amount of what came on the market versus what sold in Summers Point. Right. Overall, sale price to list price, virtually the same. It dropped by less than 1%, dropped down to 98.5% in Summers Point. So real strong positive numbers in Summers Point coming out this month.
Certainly does sound that way for sure. Of course, when we go down into so the Cape May Courthouse area, Middle Township, we actually had another increase in our average sale price, which jumped up 9%. $473,000 was your average sale price at Cape May Courthouse for the month of October. Okay. Almost, pretty much 14 properties coming on the market with 11 selling. In September, we had 19 come on the market and 23 sold. So you add that up, you got 25 properties coming on and selling in October, and you have 42 listing and selling in September there. So, not really too much of a difference when it comes to the amount of properties that came on the market. Right. It's sort of that how many properties actually closed. I mean, 23 sold in September. So that was a big number as opposed to 11 in October. Your list price to sale price, 97.5% as far as your list price to sale price was $485,000 with your average sale price being $473,000. And then when you look in Cape May Courthouse for September, $445,000 was the list price in September, with $432,000 being the sale price. So again, a good little jump there in your values for your average sale price for Cape May Courthouse. Last spot, Chris, on the tour here is North Cape May. Your average sale price is up 12%. $483,000 was the average sale price in North Cape May for the month of October. We had 14 properties come on the market, which actually, we only had 5 come on the market in the month of September. So that's a massive, almost triple just about triple the amount of properties coming on in October as opposed to September. And then we look at the amount of properties that sold. We had 6 that sold in October as opposed to 10. So again, had more properties come on, less sold, and then vice versa in September. Your average sale price in North Cape May for the month of October was over 100%, 100.5%. Your list price was 481, with your sale price being 483. Okay. And then you look at in September, and again, much like in Cape May Courthouse, your average list price was only 439, and your average sale price was 426. So again, you were starting at a higher ratio as well in the month of October. So some good signs there for the offshore markets that we covered down in the lower half of Cape May, primary home market in Cape May County. The one thing that I did want to also point out, if you look at some of the videos from the first half of the year that Chris and I were doing, rather than doing list price to sale prices, we were actually starting to focus a little bit on days on market, because there was the talk of, potentially, the middle of end of last year, the market was maybe kind of shifting. We were doing a little bit, taking a look at the days on market, where property's starting to sit, and how is that going to be, a focus and maybe some sort of an advantage for buyers. We threw that out the window in like March, because the days on market was nothing. I mean, it was not changing whatsoever. And it became a matter of, what was your absorption rate, what was the average days on market for properties coming on there, because our message was to the, not so much even the sellers, but even to the buyers, is that you see it, you need to react. Like you need to take action immediately. So we've kind of we did away with the days on market, because it wasn't really a really beneficial tool for you, our viewers. Whereas the list price to sale price, if I'm a buyer, what am I getting myself involved in when it comes to when I'm looking at the price? And then as the seller, the same thing. What am I getting myself involved in when it comes to the price, and what can I expect when I am going to sell? So if you kind of notice that halfway through the year, that's because we dropped off days on market and added our list price to sale price ratios instead. So Chris, that kind of sums up a little bit what the market stats for October compared to September. All positive markets for everyone around. Of course, as we mentioned before, if you are looking to buy or sell, please reach out. Give us a call, shoot us a text or an email. Chris and I would be more than happy to offer a free market analysis or equity update on your property. If you are looking to maybe get yourself set up with some sort of a marketing campaign for the properties that you're looking at, a really good criteria, please reach out to us here at the Ferzoco Group. We can certainly get you set up with one of our other fantastic agents on the team, and they can set you up with the criteria so that you don't miss your ideal property when it does hit the market, or maybe has a price adjustment. We do have some of those out there still as well. So that's Chris, I'm Joe. Thanks for watching, and until next time, we'll see you at the beach.